If I could just look at 3 things in your financial life, I'm willing to bet I could get a pretty good idea of where your finances are headed. And when I used to teach this, I'd start with a simple question. You have 3 major expenses in your life, not counting children though. What are they? And it usually took a few minutes before people came up with all 3. But once they did, everything started making more sense. Because what I found was this. Almost every financial problem funnels back to at least one of these 3 things. And a lot of times it's 2. And that's when I started seeing more serious problems. Those 3 expenses are housing, transportation, and food. These don't just affect your budget. They shape your entire financial life. Housing is usually your biggest expense and the hardest one to change once you commit. When I was doing mortgages, I saw people buy at the very top of what they could afford. They'd look at the payment and they'd think they were fine. But what they didn't think about was, yes, the principal and interest stayed the same, but taxes and insurance, those kept going up. They'd move in, now they wanted new furniture, maybe a fence, and their savings started going down. And what was the one thing that didn't really go up? Their income. They were now married to their house. I saw the same thing with renters. People renting at the top of their budget, not wanting a roommate. And that one decision tightened their entire cash flow. Transportation is another place where people quietly trap their income. I saw 2 types of people. Some viewed a car as just a way to get from point A to point B. They usually would buy something reliable, kept the payment low, insurance was lower, maintenance was manageable. And then there were others who wanted a car with personality. And those cars usually came with higher payments, higher insurance, higher maintenance costs. Same purpose, very different financial impact. Food is different because it doesn't feel like a big decision, but it shows in your habits. I had a neighbor who clipped coupons, and man, let me tell you, they were good at it. Now, I was jealous, but I didn't have the time or patience. Plus, if I needed something, I'd go over to their house. But their grocery bill was incredibly low. And then I got another set of friends. I kid you not, they go out to eat all the time, lunch, dinner. You can imagine what their overall food bill cost is. And then there's us. We're kind of in the middle. We do normal grocery shopping, clip a coupon here or there, brown bag lunch most days, and go out to eat occasionally. And when we do, it's mostly like Mexican. You know, they give free chips and salsa. At the end, my belly's, kind of full, and we get a moderate bill. Same need, 3 completely different approaches, and 3 very different outcomes. These 3 expenses don't just affect your budget. They determine how much of your life your lifestyle costs. If your housing is too high, your car payment is too high, and your daily spending is too high, you don't have room. And when you don't have room, everything becomes harder. Most people don't have a money problem. They have a structure problem. If you get these 3 right, everything becomes easier. If you get them wrong, everything else becomes harder. This video wasn't designed to give you the complete answer. It just wasn't. It was created to get your mind thinking in a different direction. If you want to build a financial foundation the right way, hit subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.